Hi you guys, welcome back to the channel. So on today's video we are going to be making a basic princess dot pattern. Here are the things you're going to be needing. Let's get started. So first things first, you want to take your shoulder measurement, add 1 inch for ease allowance. Now the reason why we're adding 1 inch is because we're doing an up neck, or because you just want the ease to be there. So it's not going to be directly on your shoulder. It's going to have that ease to free you so you can move around. Next thing we're going to do is get our shoulder slope, and you just want to mark out 1/2 inch there, and you can do 1 inch, but I prefer 1/2 inch. You can also do 3/4 inch or just 1/4 inch. It depends on you, but I'm using half here, so I'm just going to rule a line across. The next thing you want to do is get your round sleeve measurement. So you divide your round sleeve measurement, whatever it is, whatever your client's measurement is, and you divide it by 2. So when you divide it by 2, you're going to mark that out, and then you're going to rule a horizontal line across. Time to get all the horizontal lines in check. So I'm not taking from the shoulder slope, I'm taking from the main point of the paper. I'm going to do shoulder to bust, shoulder to underbust, and then you can do from your underbust, you can count down 3 inches, but I'm going to do 17 because that's how long I want the length to be, and that's going to be considered as your waistline. Labeling is really important, you guys, so you know what you're working with and you don't forget. So we are going to now do again our shoulder measurement and then the 1 inch. This is so you can get a very straight line. There's no other reason for it. So the next thing we're going to do now is start our main measurements. So we're going to do our bust measurement divided by 4, but we're going to be marking it on the chest line we made earlier. So your bust measurement divided by 4. And then we're going to add 1 inch for that allowance, and then we're going to add 1.5 inch for sewing allowance. Now sewing allowance really depends on you. You can make it 1 inch, you can make it 2 inches, you can make it 1.5. It totally depends on you. So we're going to go on the waistline and just take our waist measurement divided by 4 as well. And then you want to take 1 inch for that, 1 inch for princess dot, and 1.5 inch for sewing allowance. Now the reason why we're doing this 1 inch for the princess dot is because when we're done, when we're cutting, 1 inch is going to be cut out and 1 inch is going to be used to put it together. So we're going to take from dot to dot of the allowances from the waist to the bust and put it together. So the next thing we're going to do is that 1 inch that we added for the princess dot, we're going to go to our round sleeve and add that 1 inch there as well. That will serve as our new round sleeve. So you want to now take your round sleeve measurement when you've divided it by 2. You want to take that and divide it by 4, so you get what you get, and then rule a horizontal line, and then you can join that 1 inch that you've already made before on that same line. So that would serve as your new round sleeve line. So the next thing we're going to do is go to our underbust and take our underbust measurement and divide it by 8. When you've gotten what your underbust is divided by 8, you want to mark that out on your bust, your underbust, and your waistline, just like I'm doing here. Remember, it's your underbust divided by 8, and then you mark the lines from your bust to your waistline. So it's bust, underbust, waistline, and then you roll a line across, just like this. So you want to take now your curved ruler, your French curve, whichever one you have, and you want to join the dots from that point to your new round sleeve. Be careful while doing this, but when you make a mistake, you can easily correct it. So the next thing you want to do now is take your tape and mark out your dots, where your dots are going to be. So you just place the tape on 1/2 inch, so half on both sides make 1, so 1/2 and 1/2, and then you're going to go to your waistline and do the same thing. So this 1/2 and 1/2 that line that you're making is only going to be on the underbust and is also going to be on the waistline, just like I have done here. So we're going to take our curved ruler now and join lines together. So we're going to join from that point to this point here to create a curve for your bust. And now we're going to create a diamond shape, but before we do that, I want to let you guys know something. It depends on how big or flat a person's belly is. So if the person has a flat belly, you don't need to start making curves anymore. Just take your straight ruler and make a straight line, just like I've done here. But if the person has like a bigger belly, what you want to do is take your curved ruler and just make a curve, just like I'm about to do here. So you just take from your bust to your underbust and make a curve, and then you take from your underbust to your waistline and also make a curve. Now the reason why you're putting that curve there and not a straight line is so there is an allowance for the person's belly. This is half of the diamond shape that I was telling you about. So I'm going to replicate the same diamond shape on the other side. You understand what I'm saying, right? So if the person, I will say again, if the person has a flat stomach, you just want to go on a straight line and just join from point to point. But if the person has a bigger belly, you want to make a curved line, creating that diamond shape, so that the person's belly, no matter how big or small it is, would be very comfortable in the dress. And now we're going to get our neckline. Depends on how deep you want it to be or how up you want it to be. So we are going to do a 4 by 3.5. I was going to do a 4x4, but I just decided 3.5 is cool. Before I draw a straight line, I also want to go on the top of this right here and make a point for my 3.5. This just makes sure that my lines are correlating and not like bending. So we want to go with our curved ruler and just make from point to point. That will give you the perfect curve for your neck. Okay guys, so we're going to create the curve now for our new round sleeve, and we're going to be doing from that point to the point where we have our allowance, like our sewing allowance. This was going to be our old round sleeve. I just wanted to put that there so nobody gets confused of how do we have a new round sleeve and there's no old one. So that's the old one there, but I'm going to put an X on it to identify that we're not going to be using that. Okay guys, just wanted to let you know that this video is mainly to learn to draft this princess dart pattern. Just so you know, you can actually just trace this on another pattern paper and use it for the back, keeping in mind that you're going to need your zipper allowance, or if you want to use hoops, that's fine by you. But this video was just solely so we can learn to draft this basic princess dart pattern. Okay guys, this is the final drafting. On my next video we will be transferring and sewing this on a fabric. That's it you guys, that's it for everything. You guys, please do not forget to like, subscribe and leave a comment down below. Don't forget to turn on your notification bell so you'll be notified when I post a new video. Don't forget to love yourself because I love you. Bye.